Hey, Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course, of course. It's fun to be here.
I was actually a little bit nervous to have you on because this is more your domain than mine. That's why I was really
With
trying
all the
to have.
audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really trying to have like everything set up and ready to go because I was like, I'm gonna impress him with how much
It's
I know.
nice. This is really nice. Yeah.
But when Alex got here, we had an audio issue. So
No, but like it was the tried and true method of fixing it worked. Turn it off and on.
which I
If
feel like
all
I
else
tried.
fails.
I feel like I did do that. 'Cause I
Sometimes
was
you
like,
need to do it twice.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad it was something simple. But yeah, this is my friend Alex. We met last year, I think. Was it last year?
It might have been last year.
I think it was
like,
cold. It was cold when we met.
Yeah, so I think it was actually like not necessarily last year, but the year before that, but the end of that year, because it was right before New Year's. I know that much.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like a year and like a few months. Not like maybe like 2 months.
I
Not
think
even
you're
a year
wrong.
and a half.
I think you're
I
wrong.
feel like I'm not. Because
We'll look back after this. Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
I feel like
we met talking about a fashion show. And
Yeah, I
the
feel like
fashion
that
show
was
was going to
last
happen in like
fall.
January.
this last January. We'll look this up after.
Yeah, we'll figure
But
it
I
out.
think it's only been since last year. But today I wanted to talk about creativity with you because I'm always very impressed by how many different projects you have going on.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
just how many different genres that covers.
right.
And that like you might not know anything about it, but you're really good at like figuring it out and diving in. And I
Yeah.
like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, diving into creativity.
Okay.
What is the first thing you remember creating?
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I remember creating. Okay, this isn't actually as hard as I thought it would be. So, this is like sort of like a preview, like, or like, I guess I could say a sneak peek into Alex in 10 years. But, when I was like 6 or 4, even, I was just young. I was so young. I would literally be obsessed with chemistry. So I would be like in my room mixing like just colors, like food dyes and like other like random chemicals from my house together and making these like what I called potions. I wouldn't drink them, but I would mix them
you just
together.
taste a little bit. No.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I was obsessed with like putting things together and making something new. And I think that's one of the first places where it began, of me making these little potions, and I would like put them around the house. You'd walk downstairs and you'd see like a plastic water bottle that was like purple, like full of like purple liquid or like green liquid, and I would have them around my house. Did my parents know what they were? I don't know. But did they see them? Did they touch them? No.
I think they knew what they were.
They probably knew what it were.
Otherwise, they're like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
they didn't really ask too many questions. I was a weird kid. I also had too much free time.
Sounds like just enough, actually.
Yeah, literally.
Wow, that's cool. So who made you feel like creating mattered?
Okay.
Like the first person you remember?
Fair. So I feel like there's been a lot of little moments where creativity was fostered when I was growing up. So like my aunt, for example, my aunt and my uncle obsessed with Michael Jackson, obsessed with music. We would literally, whenever I would go over to their house, they would literally make us do like, they wouldn't make us, but they would like put on Michael Jackson. We'd do like dance battles and like sing to his songs, perform to those. And that was like maybe not the first an example of them fostering creativity, but it was fostering expression. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand with creativity, at least in being comfortable with your creativity.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then I was a little bit of a weird,
You keep saying that. But
I don't
think
know,
you were
'cause,
just
like,
allowed to be
yeah,
expressive.
literally, yeah, I'm just like brainwashed. But like, I always like, when I was little and I liked people, I was expressed it differently. I would like write like little cute letters and
That's
stuff
so
like
cute,
that. Yeah,
though.
I know.
People love that.
Yeah, I know. And I would like write poetry and like these little like cute things, and it was kind of inspired by that. I think I've always been like motivated by like affection and love and stuff like that first, and that's what fueled me to be like, okay, now I have all these pent up emotions of like all this stuff I can't say to somebody, so I need to write it. And I would write it down, and there was just like a number of like people that I fell for in my life that really enjoyed the fact that I did that, and their positive reactions to it just kind of like propelled me into who I am.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
doing it.
literally,
Yeah.
they validated me completely. Yeah, so there was that, and then the most pivotal one of all, like the biggest moment was like, well, it was also the same. It was the same deal. It was like somebody literally, they fell for me, and they fell for me because of the way that I wrote and because of my writing and all that. And that's what was like, that made me like, and it was at a time when I didn't think that I didn't want to write anymore. Like I was almost done with like creativity and all this stuff like that. I was putting it down. And then like someone came to me and they're like just talking nonstop about my writing. And that just pushed me to write more than I ever did. And then now I'm where I'm at. So if it wasn't for that moment, I probably wouldn't be here today.
So they really made you feel like you mattered.
It was a big deal for me. Big deal for me.
That must have felt so nice.
Let's see.
Wow,
A tear going down.
Yeah, it's like this person. Wow. Shout out to that person. It's so important, I feel like, in our lives when there's art or something that truly speaks to us and means something to us to like tell the creator.
Yeah.
Because I know for myself, like, there are so many things that I've created that, like, no one's said anything about. And I'm like, if you like it, just don't.
It's not like, it's like people think that one of the most obvious way people think of to, like, put down a creative is to, like, say, is, like, the critics. But, like, another way is just, like, no voice at all. Yeah. It's like no comment at all, especially from people that you're personally showing your work to.
They go, oh, nice.
They're like, nice. No questions, no nothing. Like, inquire, please.
Yeah, please
like,
ask me what I was.
Ask me the process, what I was thinking, where I want to go next. Like, please. Yeah.
Please ask me. That's so relatable. And, you know, it's funny. Like, I was thinking on this because I was like, that's actually a really great question. And it's interesting thinking across my childhood and like upbringing and everything that we did do a lot of creative things, but I can't ever remember feeling like it mattered. Like it's something important in my life that I need to do.
So what did it feel like at the time when you were doing it?
I mean, it was like fun, but it wasn't fun. Like,
I mean, this is what I'm doing today.
You know, I always just thought I was really restless.
Yeah.
I was just restless. I wanted to do things. But I didn't understand. I think that's like, you know, like when you're inspired and you have that like bubble inside of you that needs to pop, and it's like it has to get out of you in some way. I didn't know that that's what that was.
Okay.
I just was like, I thought it was, I didn't know how to put it into words or
you just know how to respond
to the feeling.
I
knew
feeling.
that if I like moved around, like dancing,
it would satisfy
it.
Okay.
But I didn't realize till I got older, like how much it matters in every person's life.
Yeah.
To like have an outlet to put yourself into, like when you're feeling all those emotions and everything. And like I did write. I wrote a lot because I didn't feel like I had that many people I could talk to vulnerably like that. I'd be like, these are my feelings.
Yeah. So it was like, where are they gonna go?
I need to put them somewhere. So I would write, and I just didn't. I didn't necessarily correlate those two as like creation matters.
Right.
Which is it's so interesting to think about that, just because of how much creative stuff we did, but it all felt so practical. It all felt so like for a purpose. So, yeah. Two very different,
that's really
contrasting,
nice.
contrasting upbringings. But okay, so this kind of ties into that. What did you do as a child that you still enjoy today, such as like playing, daydreaming? Like, what did you crave when you were a kid?
Definitely daydreaming. Like, I feel like I get lost in my own world all the time, especially now that I'm very busy now, but like, I think that, so it might feel like I don't have time for it, but honestly, and I don't know if this is bad or good, but like, I don't know if you've ever experienced like the autopilot mode whenever you're driving somewhere, I drive a lot, and I used to drive for work. It would be like multiple hours a day. I was driving back and forth, and that's when that creativity would be like at its peak because
Your mind had nothing else to do.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I have like a little bit of like some kind of like attention disorder or something like that, deficit disorder or something.
This is a disorder.
Yeah, because
Gotta
like
be.
I need
Yeah.
at least I need at least two things going on at once. Like I have to satisfy one part of my brain so the other part of my brain can just be free.
Yeah.
Cause
What is it called? Like monkey brain? You gotta keep
yeah,
the baby busy so the other one
exactly.
can,
So the other one can do like big boy
function.
tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Here's
like
a little toy for you.
yeah, my shoot brain fart. But yeah, the way that my brain was like working was like okay, so like it could have been fueled by like stress or something like that
Or
to
exhaustion. Yeah.
both, literally. That feeling of like I'm tired but like I need to be doing something, so I had to satisfy that with like a minuscule like a minute task
Yeah.
so that my brain could be in that like childlike state of like daydreaming again. Cuz I used to like I had friends, okay, when I was younger.
Hey guys, I did have friends.
I did have friends, but like I spent
I did have
a lot of time alone, like very much. Like I have 4 siblings, and none of them really lived with me because like the closest one to me is 9 years older than me.
Yeah. Not a
So
lot in common. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I would spend time in the house alone a lot, and my parents were like never home, so it was like I got my toys and I got my mind, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because none of my friends were on the same wavelength as me at that time. Like they were all like I was a very active kid, so I had like my outdoorsy friends, but I didn't have my creative friends back then. So I basically just did all that on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very relatable, actually, despite the amount of siblings I have.
Yeah.
I feel like I spent a lot of time alone as well because it was the same thing. I didn't feel like a lot of people kind of understood where I was coming from.
Yeah.
And like, this is how I want to play this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also spent a lot of time in daydreams and kind of just being like, I can't physically leave my location.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make it better.
Right, exactly.
With this story.
And it was amazing. Like
Yeah.
the worlds that I was creating, like I was having a blast.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know where I was half the time. Sometimes I was in the Bahamas, sometimes I was in the US. I don't know where I was, but I knew I was having a blast.
Were
That's
you
it.
ever in musicals?
When I was younger?
No, I just.
Oh, you mean in my head?
Because part of my stories involved musicals that I'd have to.
I can't say that I
make
was.
on the spot.
We didn't actually. I wouldn't call it a musical, but I would say like definitely burst out in a song a few times.
Yeah,
in my head,
it's
you
part
know?
of the story.
It has to happen at least a few times.
Yeah, that's it for me. Mine is probably dancing.
Okay,
That's one of the biggest things that like I took from my childhood because it's not like anyone really. I don't remember anyone teaching me. I just remember that I always loved it.
You just did it.
And
Yeah.
even now, like, not that I did anywhere near professionally or anything, but it's
Yeah.
just, yeah, the movement. Maybe it's because that's just been the easiest outlet because you can
That's
just dance anywhere.
really cool. I think that we've talked like very little about dancing. About you
I don't think
dancing.
we've
Yeah.
ever talked about dancing.
Yeah.
But no, like, it's one of my, like, loves.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Cause I like to dance too. I
Okay.
really like to dance.
Oh,
Like I do like
dancing.
like Spanish dancing.
You do salsa and bachata?
Yeah. I learned it back in like sophomore year because
How did I not know this?
because I guess we just didn't like hang out and we're like, "Oh yeah, by the way,
By
like
the way, do you like Latin
I
dancing?
loved Latin dancing."
Yeah.
Yeah. But I went to a quince, or even before I went to the quince, I always wanted to go to a quince. So
Yeah,
I would
you're
like
like, "That looks
practice
fun."
and like
Yeah.
see it, and I would see it on TV. First of all, I saw it on like TV and movies, and I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
"That looks so cool. I need to learn how to do that." And I learned how to do it. And then for the quince, I learned how to do it because we had to do it in the quince.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to disappoint.
Exactly.
At my first
I'm gonna
quince.
be the one. I'm gonna be the one that looks bad at this quince.
I don't think
no,
so. Yeah.
No.
We'll have to go sometime.
Yeah. Something. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, they have a lot here.
No. We'll chat. We'll
yeah,
chat.
we'll
We'll connect. We'll connect. We'll connect.
Okay. When do you feel the most creatively alive?
At night. Definitely at night. And I think that is because that's when I feel the most comfortable.
Unless you're busy like throughout every hour
Yeah,
of the day.
it's the only time I have for me. And then on top of that, it's the only time when I can like let my guard down, which is kind of ironic a little bit, depending, because like even
night is scary.
Yeah. But even outdoors, like if I'm in a city at night, like alone or whatever, it's like that's the time when I can let a lot of my guard down, because the light of day, like it puts a lot, it like shines on like your like flaws a lot more. And for me, there was always like different feelings going through my head, because I always had like one issue I always had was like sinus issues. Like I had to get surgery on my sinuses, but like my breathing was always really loud. So
You
yeah,
can just hear it better during the day.
yeah, no, literally, like during the day, it was like people would notice it a lot when I first started like looking around. I was like, oh, they're like noticing, and people would talk about it sometimes. So like I started monitoring my breathing like consciously and then subconsciously during the day. So it was like I was taking like half breaths every time instead of full ones, because I was trying to do it more quietly. But like that always made that, when you do that, it makes you like
suffocating throughout the day.
Suffocating, and then like
well, no wonder
genuinely
we're creative
tense.
Night. You can breathe.
Yeah,
you
literally
breathe.
That's
There's
what I'm
room to
saying.
breathe.
I literally could breathe at night.
Yeah.
So it was that, and then the nobody needing anything from me, and it's just like calm and silent.
Except for your breathing.
Except for my breathing. It doesn't bother me. It bothered everybody else.
No, I feel that in some ways. I feel like I'm most creatively alive when I'm in a group of like-minded people, but who have like a little bit different perspective. Like they understand the goal, but they can all like add something to the
something
to
unique
whatever we're working on.
to like kind of push the.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's such a good. I never would have thought about that. And because
That's
you thought of
fun.
that, I can add another piece to it. I
That's
feel
real
like that's
cool.
like collaboration is really like when I'm.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I love this.
It's definitely like peak creativity. I love that. When I can get into like a groove with somebody on something. That's why I've been trying to build chemistry, like, or just like building the skill of building chemistry with people, so that like I could get to that point faster with everyone, because that's just so fun.
It is so fun. And you're like, wait, you do this? Well, I do this.
Yeah.
Let's get together on it.
That's literally how we met.
I know.
And that's the story of like the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, almost immediately we're like, wait.
Yeah.
You do this?
They were like,
Wait, what else do you do?
Yeah.
I love that.
They were like, let's do it together immediately.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And we did it together immediately.
And we did.
Consistently and immediately. Yeah. Because I think after that, it was like weekly, like at least once a week.
Yeah. Until we both got busy.
Yeah. And then we both got busy. And then we got back to it a little bit, but not like weekly, but like enough.
But I was just, it was nice to meet someone else who's so like, let's do it then.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, I'm not going to make plans unless I'm actually going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, and I will try it to the best of my ability. But so many other people are like, yeah, let's set something up. And then they just never, and you're like, why wouldn't you just tell me?
So much. It's like, you didn't want to do it, then why?
Why didn't
why
you just say
it?
no thanks?
It's like, oh, so you're not about, like, I'm so
I
like
put that
weird
in my
now.
calendar.
Like, literally, like, I think we pulled out our calendars the first time we met.
Like, that's how I was like, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I got really happy about that too. Because I was like, oh, she put it in her calendar. That means, because the amount of people that have like said like, oh, let's go do this. It could be something as simple like, I'm not picky. Like literally, like if you say, hey, let's go create together, don't even tell me what we're creating.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll be like, okay, if I'm free, like, yeah, let's put it in the calendar. So like the fact that we already had like a medium like music and stuff like that, and then on top of that, you pulled out a calendar. I was like, oh, this is everything I've been asking for. Yeah. And that's why I doubled down on that relationship so much too, because I was like, this is like, this is what I want. Yeah. Someone that shows up, but not even that, but like that, the passion. That's what I look for anywhere that I am. Like, I love passionate people. The whole thing that I'm doing with my own group, it's about like fostering passion. It's about boiling pot of passion, because we don't all do music. Yeah, we do a bunch of different things, but like we want to find other creatives, bring them together, and just like fester. You know. Fester.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way of like meeting people. That's I guess the wavelength I feel like passionate about what they do and loving it, and like just wanting to have fun, but also like get something done at the end of the day.
Yeah. At least
So I'm
one
like,
thing.
yeah,
At
just
least one thing.
one thing. But or just like work on a craft or like
Yeah.
work on their craft,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
anything. Like, even if it's just like playing around with the craft. Like, I think not only was it music, but we started with sewing as well.
Oh yeah,
And like we were just over here and you were just showing me your sewing gear and like
yeah,
showing me
it's
how
like
to like
this
do like
tour
my
of the
first stitches and
yeah.
stuff like that.
It's
And
like I
that
love
helped a
that.
lot. I've carried that with me. I used it like I got an embroidery machine and I had to fix embroidery designs and I was like, give me a needle and thread.
Yeah.
And I'll
That's
fix
so
it right now.
cool.
And I did. Yeah.
That's what I really do feel about a lot of creative passions, is they all feed each other.
They do. And it's in weird ways. Like two of my biggest ones is film and music. And studying both of those like what are they called, skills or whatever, the processes to getting them done is scarily similar. Like editing music is very similar to editing film, or it's very similar to like composing shots.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of similarities in them. I'm trying to think of some.
Well, I was thinking too, like when you have a specialty in another field, your perspective on a different field is a little bit more layered and complex,
Yeah.
because you're like, this thing that I do with music, what if I did it with the film thing too?
Exactly.
That's because that's how I feel about like even just like sewing and music and dancing and all of that, is like it's the cross conceptualization of it's called, like you applying a concept from one to another and being like, how does this fit in this context?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I love
when you
that.
find out how it clicks so well,
Yeah, and you're
like together, you're like,
And then
wow.
you can like create new things
Yeah.
from the combination of both of those.
Exactly.
So I love that. Okay. So what creative urges do you ignore but you would like to act on? / why do you ignore them?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of urges that I ignore.
Well, for
like
me,
creative
I can get
urges.
into that. For me, it's writing a lot of the
Okay.
time, like poetry. Because sometimes I'll write a line and I'll be like, wow, that would actually make a really good start to a poem, or wow, that'd be a really good story to like follow up on.
Yeah.
But I'll think about how much energy it'll take to really like flesh it out and then, like work on it, and I'll, like,
yeah.
and then I'm like, no, and I
Fair.
just keep going.
I've had similar one just like that. Same thing with the writing. For me, I do write a lot still, but like there are times when I'm just like so busy, like I'm like, I have a great idea for a poem right now, and I'm starting, and I write the start of it, but I'm like, this isn't the setting I want to finish it in.
Yeah.
Like, I would prefer to do this when I have unlimited time at my house and it's the middle of the night, instead of like in my car at a red light.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm trying to like.
Like, it would come out sloppily. I wouldn't be able to like feel the direction as much because I'm driving.
Yeah.
So for me, it's forced by like, as far as that one, it's kind of like dictated not just by like me being like, I want to just not do this or something like that. It's also just like,
I don't have the time or space.
yeah, it's like I'm on the go right now. So it's like, this isn't the place for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also feel like sometimes mine come in the middle of trying to work on another project. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I know if I start this, I won't finish the other thing.
Mm.
So maybe just like write a little something to remember, or just don't. And then
Literally
I'll come back to it, because I have to be like,
get done what you were
focused.
working on
Yeah.
and then move on. Yeah. I feel that. Besides that, I'm trying to think, what's like an actual one that I ignore? Because even with those impulses I get, like if I'm making a song and then I get an idea for a poem, I've started like training myself to like just act on it, do the poem, and then
Really?
go back to the music, because like that kind of rotation of like working on different creative things, it keeps you like energized. Like it like helps to prevent that burnout, because it's different creative muscles. Like me storyboarding for a film is different than me like writing a 16 bar verse. Like it's different. So like I try to rotate through them. And if I get a impulse for like something like that, I try to act on it as soon as I can, because it's like because those feelings don't come as, because I actually like set time aside to just like work on, say, music or something like that, and it feels very forced sometimes. So when it feels right, I don't want to waste that moment.
It's so tough
Yeah.
too when you're like actually working on something you have to get done.
Yeah.
And then you have one and you're like, but I have to get this done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait for me. Come back when I can. But that kind of leads me into how much discipline is involved in creating.
I would say as much as you want to give it.
Yeah.
It's different person to person and different depending on like your what you want to do with it. Like if you're just creating as like a form of expression, then you don't really have to be disciplined with it. You just do it like we were just talking before. Do it when you have the impulse and the time.
Yeah.
And that would suffice. But if you want to like
live off of it,
create a body of work off of it, stuff like that, you need to treat it like it's a job, or at least give it the same amount of time you would give a job. If you want to live off of this, but you're not giving it 40 hours like you would give 40 hours to your job, then that's the first problem. Because you're giving 40 hours to like some company that would do fine without you. Like, so it's like, put that same amount of energy, that same amount of time into your craft and figure out a way to fight that burnout, like I was just saying, because it's going to happen if you're putting 40 hours into it and you don't have 40 hours worth of content already like inside you at that moment. You got to pull something. So it's like figure out what you can do.
Burnout. Because like I kind of used to like how much discipline is involved in creativity. I was kind of on both sides of it as an excuse to not create, which is like, no, you're just born with it, and I wasn't, so I'm not going to do it. And then the other side, which is, no, it requires too much discipline, so I can't do it. But
double, like,
I was like, I kind of got on both sides of them at some point, but I think the burnout aspect was so hard for me because it's like I'd want to do it all in one day. Because I knew I knew of myself and in my previous projects that if I didn't get it all done in one day, I probably wouldn't pick it back up.
Right.
But really, I think like the discipline is in keep continuing through your failures.
Yeah, it is.
And the disappointments of like this
and
did
figuring
not
out
turn
how
out
to.
how I saw it in my head.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to, like, coming at it from new angles.
Exactly.
And, like, taking time to, like, even if some of those 40 hours you're working are just you sitting down trying to figure out a new strategy.
Exactly. Like that, like, don't be afraid to plan. Don't get stuck in planning, but don't be afraid to, like, sit back and plan. And don't be afraid to rest. Like, if you don't hit that 40 hours, it's okay. Like, burning yourself out to the point where your brain's fried is worse.
And you just can't do anything.
Yeah. So, like, find new ways to, like, re-energize. Learning how to recover is just as important as putting in the time, the 40 hours.
And I realized, too, some of my discipline in creativity, because like you said, it's different for everyone, is one thing I had to really learn is the balance between when I'm in one of those, like, really focused states and, like, really productive creative times and making sure that I'm continuing to do my everyday things.
Yeah, definitely.
And, like, getting up and standing and stretching.
Yeah. Get the blood flowing just a little
just
bit.
Be like, hey, it's been a while since you ate.
Yeah. No,
maybe you should go do
me
that.
So bad.
Like, really making sure, because my thing is, like I said, I'd want to get it all done in one day.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, just go, go, go. And then, like, the product is shitty because I just wanted to get to the end of it.
Right.
Instead of just being like, so that is my discipline, is like balancing my life and still trying to make sure I'm doing it and, like, following through on projects.
Definitely.
But also, like, still functioning and happy at the end of it.
Yeah, 100%. Just got to find the tricks that work for you. If that's, like, meeting people that also, like, can help feed that fuel.
Yeah, give you new angles.
Exactly. Just getting fueled by as many things as possible, whether it's meeting people or if it's going to new places. Part of that 40 hours can be spent, like, say a coffee shop is what fuels you. It can be spent finding inspiration. Like, it doesn't have to be spent physically writing or physically creating or whatever it is that you do, painting or whatever it is. It could be spent just looking for inspiration. But the very act of, like, deciding I want to be creative for that amount of time is what's more important than just sitting there and typing for 40 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just committing that time.
Yeah, committing the
investing
time.
in it. Which actually, it kind of brings us into, what are your rituals to unlock creativity when you feel blocked?
Okay. So, couple different things that I would try. If I really, really, really want to just finish whatever it is I'm working on, I'll go back to fundamentals. Learning the fundamentals is good for that's what those moments are made for. That's what it's made for. It's made for those moments where you need something to fall back on. That and practice. They say when your energy level falls, when you like don't feel like you're able to give 100%, you fall back on your discipline. You fall back on like how hard you worked beforehand. So for me, if I'm writing, say, a song, and I've only written 8 bars, or I've only written 12 bars, and I know this needs to be to 16, I'll look at it. I'll look at rhyme scheme. I'll look at like everything that I can. I'll look at, okay, I need 4 bars. Let's do like a 2 and a 2. Let's do a one-liner. Let's do like something very simple. It's like, what's like hurting my ears right now? Turn off the beat, just write. And then I'll try like different things like that to try to push through it and just get it down on paper. And then as soon as I get those 4 bars or whatever it is, I'll turn it off and I'll go do something else. It could be working on a new project, because a lot of times for me, my burnout comes from looking at the same piece of work for too long.
Yeah.
Whether that's a song or an album or
like,
a poem.
I hate this whole thing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like this anymore.
It's like, I need to turn this off before I delete the whole project.
Yeah.
Type of
I
thing.
just like, why did I like this?
Yeah. So just for me, working on and like searching for new inspiration from a new beat or whatever it is.
Or a new type
That'll
of
help.
activity or...
Yeah. Or some kind of music, calming music. For me, Billie Eilish. That's like, I can't listen to a lot of music when I create, because it'll kind of like, or at least when I make music, because it'll interfere with whatever I'm making, because it's also music.
Yeah.
And it could be different tempo, stuff like that. But Billie Eilish, classical stuff that's just like smooth and like sweet, that just, it kind of like soothes my brain, fuels me, like keeps me calm.
It feeds you a little bit.
It feeds me a little bit, and it lets me work longer because I feel relaxed the whole time.
There's something that Zoe Saldana said that I really liked, which is like, know what tools are in your toolkit.
Yeah.
So you can have those for when you need them.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, that's such a good way to look at it.
Literally.
Of like, what is in my toolkit?
Yeah, and literally, like, for a lot, I'd say to anyone, like, sit down and like take that time to figure out what's in your toolkit.
Yeah.
And if you literally like write it down on a piece of paper, even if you have to do that, like, pull it out and look at what your toolkit is and just pick one.
What atmosphere, what things do I need around me to be able to create in a way that I enjoy?
Exactly.
I realized I had a hard time, maybe not following through, but keeping to maybe tasks or rituals or different habits that I wanted to bring into my life. I had a hard time sticking to them unless I created an atmosphere in which I enjoyed doing it. When I did that, I was like, oh, okay, it's actually kind of enjoyable now. If I enjoy it, I'm going to do it.
Fair.
But how much of creation do you think is intuition versus experience?
Intuition versus experience. Can you explain that a little bit more? Like,
I guess for me, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking of like, intuition is kind of maybe, I feel like, what tells me something is off, even if everything on paper looks good. Like, something is off. I feel like maybe feeling versus the skills that you've acquired. Because like experience, so for intuition, it's like I can tell something's off, but experience tells me like how to fix it, maybe.
Okay, so you're
how
saying
to get to more what I want.
And you're saying, how does that relate to creativity, or?
Yeah, how much do you think is intuition? So say like, I guess you're painting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I feel like intuition would be like, I'm going to start on this side and something. Okay. Or like, I want to start here. I just like, I want it. I want to start here. I feel like this
Rather
is the place.
than
But while experience might be like, technically, you're supposed to start from this side.
okay,
Blah, blah, blah,
fair. Got you. I think it kind of ties a little bit back into what we were saying before about basically writer's block and overcoming writer's block is like for a situation like that, a technical fix might work. Like the fundamentals are there for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they're great starting places when you don't know what to do, or even if you just want to do something, like you can do it to begin with. But really, I would recommend everyone do whatever it is they're comfortable with. For me personally, I think that for music, everyone's listened to music, and they've likely listened to music for a very long time. And especially in this day and age, like streaming is like you can listen to as much music as you want from almost any artist. So it's like subconsciously you understand all the fundamentals already. So
if you don't know how to name it.
Yeah, exactly. And with a lot of the arts and a lot of like these technical things in all these fields, like subconsciously you already know them. The reason that other people were able to find them is because they probed their subconscious to try to find out the patterns or find out like the rules that their brain was already following. So for me, I like to just like go off my feeling. And I'll use the technical to try to like verify or understand what it is my feelings are giving me if needed. So like if I'm writing a song, I'll just start like going off like what I feel what the song is going like. Everything in music kind of works in fours. I didn't know that before, but I knew that before subconsciously. So I would know when the intro was finished, but I wouldn't know that was the intro. I would know when the verse began, and I would start doing whatever I do, writing, all that jazz. But I might not necessarily know it was the verse. But I can kind of understand where, like, say they had a beat switch in that first verse or something, or some kind of, like, variation in that first verse. So I know when it's going to come.
Understanding.
Yeah. It's like an intuitive understanding. Like, that's in there heavily for me because I think relying on my gut and like my intuition helps me a lot more
than solely relying on experience.
Yeah, exactly. Because every beat says a little thing, something a little differently. The way I like to write music is just like listening to what the beat's trying to tell me is like my kind of motto with it. Is just, every beat's trying to say something different. That's why like if someone changes something in a beat, I'm like, now I have to change what I wrote because now this is saying something different. So, yeah, it's intuition and literally just going off feeling and listening to the beat. Yeah.
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 I feel similarly to that.
Same with poems, especially with poetry. I never like sit down and I'm like, oh, I'm making a sonnet today.
Oh yeah.
Just like, oh
my.
Like what
make
the
sure
heck?
the beats are correct on this. That I'm doing the correct.
Is my
counts.
rhyme scheme good?
Yeah, is
like,
my rhyme
no,
scheme good?
hell no, definitely.
Yeah, you
not.
write what you feel. What causes your blocks?
What blocks?
Your blocks.
Overwork.
Yeah.
Rarely exhaustion. Like me being physically tired doesn't really stop me from being creative. It just makes me go to sleep. like I'll just fall asleep at the computer. And creative exhaustion isn't. I haven't really hit a point where I got creative exhaustion.
Yeah.
Unless I was staring at the same song for 4+ hours or something like that. That's more just like I wouldn't even call that creative exhaustion. I would just call that exhaustion of this piece of work. Because I could start on a new piece of work and like get rejuvenated immediately because my brain's like, oh, a new challenge. But no, yeah. What was the question? Was it just
no, you answered it.
Okay, good.
So when you're experiencing blocks and everything, how do you go with like the ebb and flow of creation and like the different waves of inspiration it comes in? Like if you're between inspirations, how do you deal with like the shame and pressure, or is there shame and pressure for you?
Okay. So if I'm inspired by, since I do different things, that happens a good bit. I'll kind of take them as I go. I kind of created like a relationship between my different passions to the point where they kind of like fuel each other. Like my poetry fuels my writing fuels my song making, my lyrics, and the way that I speak. And that approach feeds my filmmaking and the way that I think about acting. So they all kind of have like a little relationship. So it's never like if I'm acting and I get an idea about music or I get an idea about poems, it's less combative and more like, oh, you want some time. It's like they'll think of them as like different people. And like, say the music version of Alex is like, oh, I have this idea, I want to do this. And the acting version of Alex was the one that I was at that moment. It's not a matter of me being like, no, sit back, I'm doing this right now. Da, 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 da. It's okay, take the wheel for a second. And then that'll take over, and then I'll go and do that, think about that really quick, try to lock the idea in as quickly as possible, and then get back to what I was doing. Yeah.
So do you feel shame or pressure on any of your... Because I've actually never, I feel like, seen you like stressed, I feel like, about it, or like
for not being able to like finish something or get something done
on a deadline, or like beating yourself up about not being able to do anything out. From my perspective, I've always seen you just go and then you're like
fair. Yeah, no, I have a weird relationship with stress.
Calm about it. Maybe it's because you don't have the energy to be. But...
That too, but I'm also just very calm in general. Yeah. I think my upbringing just made me I have a very high like stress tolerance and just tolerance in general. Like to rattle me, I guess it takes a lot more chaos than one song or a verse being off. Yes, there is pressure. There's definitely pressure. But I don't like to buckle under pressure. And it will weigh on me. More so it weighs on me when I'm not working. So if you see me, I guess that's really the reason why you don't see me stressed, is because if I'm with you, I'm working.
Yeah, that's true.
And the stress will come like in moments of like, especially vacations, and they're all forced, or like from other people saying, hey, let's do this, or something like that. Or say like my mom wants to do something, like love them, love my mom. Yeah, it's like I'll do it with you, and I do them. I'll do it with them, and I do it. But while I'm there and before I go, I'm thinking there's so many things I haven't done yet. And I would much rather get that done, get myself in a better position to where, like, I know these things are going to pay off. So it's like I want to get myself into a better position and put in the work now so that later we can all, like, just relax and, like, have a good time. But, like, right now, it's like I know I need to work because, like, no one's going to do this for me. I'm not in that kind of industry. It's not the industry of handouts.
What about rest?
And that's the other reason why I don't rest as much either. And that's a result of the stress and pressure that I would say comes from it. I literally have an alarm in my phone. I have one alarm in my phone. I'm going to show you right now. But it's...
Is it, hey man, go to sleep?
No. Oh, I have three alarms because I had school and an internship. But the first one, rest or success at 6 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Are you like, I'll sleep when I die? Because you will, by the way.
Yeah. No, and I will sleep then. Yeah. Well, whatever you want to call it. But
the eternal
I'm kind of like that. I love rest. Like, I promote rest. Like, you need to rest. Yeah. But at the same time,
you're like, God, there's so many things I need to get done.
You can't be too lax or too lazy. Like, it's very easy to fall into laziness and confuse rest with laziness and overwork with productivity. Like, if it's not efficient, then you're just, like, kind of running in circles. Like, it's that tortoise in a hare situation. Or tortoise in a hare situation. I was like, well, tortoise. I was gonna go faster. Tortoise in a hare situation. It's like, you can run really fast, but it's not efficient, or you can like try to figure out how
It's
to
balance,
yeah. And for those
and still enjoying your life in the process.
Exactly. And that's why I do these things still, even when I'm like, I go on vacation, even when I'm like, on the inside. But that's where that stress like eats me alive, sort of. But another way that I find to do productive rest, and that's kind of how you trick my brain into saying, hey, we're resting, but it's productive, is by planning. Planning days are just like me searching for inspiration.
Yeah.
But that's basically just recharging, like going to the park. That can be just listening to music. That can be literally laying in my bed and staring at the ceiling for hours. Like, for me, that's both rest and planning, because in this career, my planning is daydreaming. Because if I'm planning for the next piece, that means I need a new idea. So for me, that's when I recharge, and that's why it just kind of like works itself out, because I need to plan, and I love planning.
Yeah.
Because planning is daydreaming, but
you're like, I was born in this. I know.
Yeah, it's like, this is like perfect. I'm like in a little cycle. I'm like stuck a little, but it's fine.
Yeah. That's fun. What would you make if it was just for you, or do you make things just for yourself currently?
I guess the throwaways would be just for me. Sometimes,
And you call them throwaways.
Since I work with a group, sometimes it'll be like, oh, I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
But then if I really like it, I'll be like, oh, I'm still going to make it. For me, that's a throwaway sometimes, unless I'm just going to say, no, I don't care what you say. I'm releasing it. I'm doing it anyway. But for me, that's a throwaway, but I do it for me, not for anybody else.
Make anything with the intention of it just being for you?
I started doing that recently. And that's what really brought me out of a big, like, exhaustion stump, because I was just staring at the same project for forever.
Yeah.
And me doing that, literally, like, I started making more progress on my main project than I had been in the last, like, 7 months, because I started recharging. Because I'm a creator. My biggest thing was, like, I'm a creator, and I'm not creating because I'm staring at things that are already created. Like, I haven't made a new song. And I was like, that's tearing me apart. So I just went and I grabbed beats that I knew I didn't have the rights to, and I couldn't release for anything unless it was on SoundCloud. Yeah. And I just started writing to them, to write to them, to get everything that was in me out. Because my only outlet throughout that time period was just poetry. And that's good and all, but I have other forms of expression inside me because of these things that I've nurtured. Like the acting stuff and all that. Like, I love it when I was just doing the work at the plays that I was telling you about. Mm-hmm. Even though I wasn't acting in it, just touching a stage for me is transformative. Yeah. Just the moment of stepping on the stage and the literally, even though I can't smell, but stepping on a stage and seeing the feel is crazy. Yeah. But seeing the stage lights hit me, like, that's, for me, that's like a drug.
Just come alive.
Yeah. It's like getting
fuel. Like the surge of energy.
Yeah. It's like getting a surge of energy, like an energy drink. Yeah. So, yeah.
I definitely get that. So the last thing in relation to creativity, we can discuss is, what life would be deeply meaningful to you even if no one else understood it?
What life?
What kind of life do you want to live, even if no one else gets it?
A free life.
I think everybody gets that. Yeah. but go in.
So a free life, like,
expand.
If I could throw everything away, responsibilities, if I could throw away connection, love people, but if I could throw away connection, relations, and just chase after every impulse and just like move forward, like, creatively. Like, if I could spend every hour of the day or as much time as I wanted to on just, like, making something happen, that would suffice me. Like, I'll work my butt off. Like, I'll write all day. I'll write 15 hours out of the 24. I'll write 18 out of the 24, 20 out of the 24 hours. If I knew that it wouldn't tank me financially, and all these other things. If I could just be free to travel and do all these things, that's a life I would live. That's one life I would live. Yeah. Another one I would live is a life of rest. Yeah. Where
of leisure.
Of literally just sitting by a lake with water, tea, whatever it is.
A cold drink in your hand.
A cold drink in my hand, like, and just like sitting by a lake with a pencil and paper. Like, that's all I like. That for me is like, if
food.
I get rewarded with anything at the end of all of this work, like that's what I envision the reward being. Is like, that's when I'll finally be able to rest. So I'm not a rest when I die kind of guy. I'm more of a rest when the job is finished, or at least when the job is like. I
never will feel finished to you.
At least when it's like pretty, like
things are very much in motion.
Yeah, not even just in motion, because in motion won't even be good enough.
I can see you resting by a lake for like 5 minutes and being like, you start calling people like, hey, I have an idea for this thing that I want to do. What are y'all doing right now? Do you want to come over?
Literally.
But if that's what like feeds you and you're balanced in it, then I think like we all have different like roles. Yeah. Roles in this life. It seems like that's yours is the steadily moving,
literally
steadily moving idea guy.
Yeah, it'll kill me faster. But hopefully one day I could like turn it off. Hopefully one day.
I don't know. It feeds you so much. I think most likely what's gonna happen is you're just gonna find more balance with it.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're gonna like maybe the rhythm will slow, but you'll still be moving.
Yeah, I agree.
That's happening for you.
I
That's
agree.
My prediction.
Your prediction.
You heard it here. Yeah. Well, I mean, with our age difference, I feel like knowing people who I think are similar to you, who are at that age and where they are now, I feel like the ones who I think maybe are, I don't want to say like living a healthier lifestyle, but like who seem more content with their life and happy and enjoying their life are the people who learn to like they still are going, right? But it's at a slower, more enjoyable pace.
Okay, fair. I could see that. That's definitely
like you don't have to stop.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't think I ever will stop.
I don't see that for you. I can't see.
I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. I think it's just gonna be more and more sacrifice until it's like
until you learn what you're not willing to sacrifice.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of things in my life. I think there's a lot of things in a lot of people's lives that they would sacrifice, or that they could sacrifice and live without just fine.
I feel it's like people who already have, and maybe they learned in the future, I will never sacrifice that again.
Yeah, and you'll find the things that you won't sacrifice in the process of it. A good test is, at least for the people in your life that I've found, is imagine like the world was going to end in 2 weeks. Would you still hang out with that person and just start thinking of start putting people in those slots? Would you spend your time seeing that person? Yeah. And then if you would, how much time would you even give that person?
A lot to them too.
Yeah, it's like, are you going to give them like the full week? Hell no. Is anybody worth it? Yeah, literally. No. But that's what it is. And it's like,
who would you give the week to? Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's, what would you give to, like what events would you be doing? Would you be going out? Would you go out to party one of the nights? Maybe. Would you not? Because you're like, that's not important to you. That's like a good way of like gauging like what's really important to me. Because like if the world's ending, or like specifically if I'm dying in 2 weeks, if I'm dying in 2 weeks, not even the world, because that means everyone's on the same page.
Like Greece or something. I don't know.
Exactly. So you love dancing. Exactly. Yeah. So it just like forces the things you love to the front of your list, and then just take that list and try to get as close to that as possible. Mm-hmm. I think it is not Bill Gates, but it's one of those folks, but they talk about something called like a noise to not static ratio, noise to something ratio. It's like process ratio, noise to signal ratio. The noise is everything that we were just talking about, the things that like you could sacrifice and live without. And the signal is the not only like if you made a list of like the top 10 things you need to do in a day, it's the top 4. It's 4 out of those 10 that you're like, okay, these are the main things I need to get done. Priority. So it's noise, and then the other noise, which is the 6 out of 10 things you need to do, and then the priority is your signal. And that mindset of
really filters it down.
Yeah, it'll filter it down for you. Help you figure out what it is you want to do. Just getting as close to that as possible without, becoming a robot.
A robot, and like
Yeah.
also, are the things that are priority actually feeding you?
Yeah,
Or
that
is
too.
it feeding maybe a goal or for an
Exactly.
expectation?
Like, are you
or
just
something?
obsessed with the vision,
Yeah.
or are you thinking about your well-being
Is
in the
it fulfilling?
process? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna be satiating in the end.
Literally.
But, okay, something I'm trying to ask everybody who comes on here
Okay.
is, what do you want most right now? And it doesn't matter like if it's gonna change tomorrow or anything, but what do you want most?
Let me see. I want to create.
What?
I want to create music. I want to create films. I want to create spaces for people that want to create, and I want to do that now. I wanted to do it yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it pays me. I just want to do it. And I get very aggravated at everything that pulls me away from it. Almost everything. And it's getting to the point where it's like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, someone wants to go out, I don't want to go out. So you want to talk for it? So I don't want to answer the phone. Like, I just want to create. Like, it's getting to that point to where it's like, I know that no one else is going to do this for me. And there's all these ideas that I have right now. And there's people that I'm meeting that want to do things with me. And there's others that also want to do things with me, but I'm not in the place to where I can do things with them. There's prep I need to do. And I want to get on it as fast as I can, because I have the ability, because it's not even like I have a block in me right now. Like right now it's just like, I just need time.
Yeah.
I just need time, and I'll be able to do it. And that's literally where I feel like when your biggest block is just time, but you feel like you have all the ability to get it done, then it's just like, it's a matter of time. Like literally, like the next moment when I go home, like, it's like, I want to be doing this.
Yeah.
But then physical exhaustion also happens, because then like you get home and then it's like, oh shit, you sit down. For me, it's like my bed is off limits, because as soon as I sit down, I'm gone. I'm like, wake up the next day, I'm like, what happened? But yeah, so for me, I just want to create. That's me.
You have such an incredible drive.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. Okay, and the last thing is there anything you want to promote while you're on here?
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna promote community theaters. Whoever's listening to this, wherever you are, look at a community theater, look at your local arts program, and not only get involved but donate. Well, get involved before you donate. I would rather you spend your time than your money, because time is more valuable. It costs a lot more money to pay somebody to work for you than it does for someone to come and work for you. So put in a little bit of time, even if that's helping them move things or fix something that's broken. If you have a skill, offer it. But I'm doing a lot of work in some of these cities, and there's a lot of kids out there that don't have access to an arts program because of money, or the right people aren't going to help them. So help out your community with the arts. That's all I would say for promotion.
Wow, how altruistic.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for donating your time to this this whatever.
Yeah. To this thing.
Podcast.
To this podcast.
Yeah. I was like, what is this called? Thank you so much. And that's it.
None of it saved.